A great afternoon there to you all, and welcome to Sports Extra today on EP Radio TV. I'm your host Ray, and you know how we do it right here. We bring you all the juicy bits in the world of sports and football, to be precise. Before we get into the headlines and details for today, make sure you're following us on all our social media handles. On Facebook, it's EP Radio TV. On Instagram, it's EP Radio TV 2, and then back on Twitter, it's EP Radio TV. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's also EP Radio TV. So if we get straight into it, starting locally, Kwame Prepar scores a late goal to give King Faisal a crucial win against Midiama FC. Yes, it was a very intriguing game which was heading for stalemate until the last minute, in the 89th minute, where Kwame Prepar rose highest to head home in the victory against Midiama FC. The game was headed for a close until the youngster rose highest to head home the winner in additional time. King Faisal failed to take their chances in the first half, which left them a little bit frustrated, because they had not gone back-to-back home games win anytime during this season, except in match day week 11th, where they beat Brecum Chelsea by a single goal to nil, and it seems that the repeat was the case this time around against Midiama FC, where Kwame Prepar also was on the score sheet. He has registered a total of 4 goals this season in the Ghanaian Premier League, which leaves him with a good tally chasing that golden boot. King Faisal has just registered their second home win of the season this season, as it seems, and they hope to march on up the table for them. Now, moving on from the local scene into an international scene. Yesterday, the FA Cup was in action in full swing as Manchester United hosted West Ham United, where Scott McTominay sent them through to the quarterfinal for the 5th time in the last 5 seasons. Yes, that's some impressive stats there for Manchester United. Scott McTominay sent the hosts through after a first half of frustrating chances for Manchester United, with Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, and Victor Lindelof missing good chances to send the host in the lead. But it went on through to extra time, where injuries to Angelo Ogbonna for West Ham side saw the first concussion change of the English football game. Yes, in case you don't know, a concussion change is a change that is allowed aside the normal regular 3 substitution that the rules permit for substitutes to be changed. And Angelo Ogbonna was the first man to be substituted for concussion, and that saw West Ham hold out to a very, very dogged game and stretch it out into extra time, where the winner was scored by Scott McTominay in extra time, 7 minutes into extra time precisely, where the goal came with an assist for Marcus Rashford, who made a milestone appearance in the Manchester United shirt. He made his 250th appearance for Manchester United. Not just him, but also his strike partner Anthony Martial, who also played in that game. Yes, and in other news also, still on the Manchester United game, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says Manchester United needed to win against West Ham after their disappointing draw just a few days ago at home, also at Old Trafford. This season, as it seems, Old Trafford has been the Achilles heel for Manchester United, where they've been flying high away from home, going over a year without seeing defeat. Yes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said his Manchester United side needed a good result in beating West Ham United in their last gap victory against Moyes' side, and he's saying that because of their disappointing draw, where the last kick of the game saw Dominic Calvert-Lewin score an equalizer in a thrilling 3-3 game at Old Trafford. Yes, and after the game, he said in the second half it had become more of a game. When it's only 1 goal, we are wasteful and anything can happen to us. We knew that the last game against Everton, it was just about the finishing and getting the game off the mark. We're in the heart and we're through to the next round. I think we got about 15 to 17 shots in the end of the game. We need to be more clinical. Yes, the Manchester United boss says they need to get their chances and take their chances, as a forward men like Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Edinson Cavani, who later came off the bench to join in the action for the Red Devils. Yes, they are through to the quarterfinals for the 5th time in 5 seasons, which means they've been doing pretty well in the FA Cup, and there are other matches to come for them, as it seems the semi-final will be their target after getting through a tough West Ham side. Now moving finally on to other news. Chelsea's UEFA Champions League clash against Atletico Madrid, as it seems, would not be taking place in Spain due to the coronavirus pandemic and restrictions in European countries. Yes, Chelsea's Champions League tie, the round of 16 first leg, as it seems, which was supposed to take place at Atletico Madrid's home, will no longer be taking place there. The UK is implementing strict coronavirus quarantine rules around people returning from Spain, forcing Chelsea's trip to Atletico Madrid to be moved to a neutral venue. Yes, the match will still take place on Tuesday, February 23rd, with the second leg to take place at Stamford Bridge, still set for March the 17th. It follows earlier confirmations from UEFA that Liverpool's away trip to RB Leipzig, also in the Champions League round of 16, will no longer take place in Germany but will be played in Budapest. Yes, just to accommodate players who will restrict, who have restrictions from various countries depending on the protocol set by the government of those countries due to the coronavirus pandemic. This is set to affect a few games cutting across the UEFA Champions League and also the UEFA Europa League, as it seems Arsenal will be playing their game also in a neutral venue. We'll wait to see as UEFA announces the upcoming games in time, just before the matches begin and we get into the week of which matches are to be played. Unfortunately, that's all sport time will allow us for today's sport. My name is Ray. Do well to subscribe to all our YouTube channels. On Facebook, it's EP Radio TV. On YouTube, as I initially mentioned, it's also EP Radio TV, and same thing for Twitter. But on Instagram, it's EP Radio TV with a number 2 on it. That's all we have for today. Up until on Friday. See you same time, same place. Stay safe.
Dear Vero, I am in love with someone who doesn't love me at all. Despite the fact that I have a man who is ready to battle the devil just that I am happy, but I don't love him back. Dear Vero, what should I do?
My name is Veronica Akom-Roxon, the host of the Most Talk About show on TV and social media. On my story, we get to read letters containing real life issues and happenings of persons in various forms of relationships.
Marriage is an institution where you don't graduate.
Try to know yourself very well, your strengths and your weaknesses.
And in such instances, the men also have to know how to set the mood.
If you are my sister, I will tell you to divorce this guy.
Because immediately they are hurt, what comes into their hearts, if nobody stands there, they can act immediately.
We get to find profound solution to every letter that is worth of my attention. My story is a program that touches the very core of our existence.
When there's a problem, you are on your own.
My name is Veronica Akom-Roxon. Make a date with me on my story.